Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about how to draw a centroid because I can't use a compass very well on the smartboard. I'm going to do it on the projector. So I'm going to do it on, here we go. I'm going to do it on my Elmo. Okay, so let's get out your lovely and exciting warm-up. So we get out a blank piece of paper, and I am going to draw a right triangle. Okay, it's a right triangle. Now, I've got to make a median, and I've got to do 3 of them so I can find my centroid. So I take my handy-dandy compass. Okay. I'm going to label these A, B, C. I'm going to take my compass and put it more than halfway through, and I am going to make a big giant arc. And then I'm going to pick it up, make sure it's the same distance. I'm going to put it on B, and I'm going to make a big giant arc. Ooh, look, I've got 2 points of intersection. 1, 2. I'm going to take, am I making a perpendicular bisector? No, what am I making again? These are medians. So I just need to find the middle. So I'm not going to draw a whole line. I'm just going to make a little dash so I know where the point is. And then I'm going to connect it to C. Because the things about medians, hint, hint, somebody who's doing the median page, medians go through the middle of a segment and the opposite vertices. So those 2 sides are congruent. Now I'm going to do this 3 more times. So if you missed it the first time, I'm going to do it again. Are you ready? You take your compass. You're going to put it so it's more than halfway bigger than C and A. You're going to make sure the pointy end is really sharp on C, and then you're going to draw that big, gigantic arc. And then you're going to pick it up. Everybody's got their big, gigantic arc? You guys aren't doing this at all? Okay. We'll see. This will be on your test, just so you know. And then you have to make another big, gigantic arc. You line up the 2 points. You make sure you mark where it intersects. Then you draw an intersection from your midpoint to B. Just so you know, something like this will be on your quiz, and I will check that you've actually had these 2 points of intersection here. You've lined them up, you found the middle, all that stuff. Okay, last one so that we can find our centroid. We make sure our compass is bigger than halfway. We then draw a nice big arc, making sure the pointy end stays on B. Then I pick it up. Make sure that pointy end is still on C. We've got these 2 points of intersection right here. I line them up. Find the middle. And then I make sure I draw a connection from there to A. Right here, this point right here in the middle, that is our centroid. Okay, next, everybody pull out 5.4. I'm going to go over the answers to these quickly because we went over them yesterday. So if you don't have 5.4 in front of you, get it out right now. This. The notes. The notes. The in-class activity. We are going over the answers to what you were supposed to do last night. Medians are a segment that goes through the midpoint to the opposite vertices. So if you did not do this, you need to shut your mouth right now Pull it out and get it done. Cleanna, I'm staring at you. I can tell by your head moving that you're talking. So, do you have it out in front of you? Cleanna. 5.4. Looks like that. If you don't have it out, get it out right now. A segment that goes from the midpoint to the opposite vertices, and its centroid is 2/3 away from the vertices. You need to write this down, sir. You need to put that down right now. I'm not playing. So pick up your pencil, write these things down on this worksheet. Centroid, so the person that's got centroid and is making it on that big piece of paper, they can write this down. The centroid is 2/3 away from the vertices. Okay, I am not going to go through how to do a centroid because we already did 3 of them for the warm-up. So I am going to flip this over and go over the answers. BG is 12. I know this little section here is 4. What's twice 4? 8. So the distance from the centroid to the vertices is 8 because it's twice as big. And if we add them all up, they equal 12. So I got 12 for A, 8 for B. Example 2. I knew that FB is 5. I know that EC is 3. And I know that DF is 2. Okay? The other one. Example 2.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So I knew that AB is equal to CB, so I knew all the parts are equal to each other. Because the centroid means I did medians, and medians divide in half. I also know both of these are 3, because it's halfway in between. I know this is 2. What's 2 times 2? 4, so I know that the distance from the vertices, or the point of the triangle, to the centroid is 4. Okay? So it asked me what CF is. I know that's 6. I can just add them up now. I know CG is 5. I know CD is 4. And then I add up all the outsides, and I'm going to get 26. Okay. All right. Let's do an altitude. I'm going to do it right here on this one. Oop, let's go over the definitions first. An altitude. So whoever has altitude, who is that? Is it Miss Nia?
Just do.
An altitude. Don't you have altitude? What do you have? Oh, Austin has altitude, so he's going to make sure he has this written down so he can put it on his big paper. A segment that goes through a side of a triangle to the vertices and is perpendicular to the side. A segment that goes through a side of a triangle to the vertices and is perpendicular to that side. All right, orthocenter. Who's got orthocenter? Miss Valentina? Okay, it's the point of concurrency. What does point of concurrency mean? Where all 3 things meet, all 3 altitudes meet. That's all we know about orthocenter. It doesn't have any special properties. Okay, now I am going to find an altitude. So first thing I do, I'm going to do it right here on this. You had to do it on a separate sheet of paper. I'm going to make sure it's 3/4 of the way, 2/3 of the way across, and I'm going to make a line. So let's follow. I'm going to set the compass width to the side of the triangle. Any side will do, but the shortest is best. In this example, we'll use BC. When the compass is on B, we're going to label this F. Okay? And then we're going to do the same thing when it's on C. Okay? Now, I'm going to, with the compass, set the compass width to about 2/3 of the distance to P. And I'm going to draw a line from B to make Q. And then cross it over with P as well. Right here, this is Q. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to line up C and Q. Make sure it's perpendicular. There we go. So when you draw your picture, it should look like this. Okay. Let's turn it over the last ones. Okay. We had to find the slope of all the sides. So we found the slope between J and K, that's 0. The slope between L and K, that's 2 over 1. And the slope between J and L, that's negative 2 over 1. Who remembers what you have to do to find the perpendicular of those slopes? It's the opposite what? Reciprocal. So the opposite reciprocal of 0 is undefined. What's the opposite reciprocal of 2 over 1? Negative 1/2. What's the opposite reciprocal of negative 2 over 1? 1 over 2. Okay? And then this is what we're going to do. What side is opposite JK? What vertices is opposite side JK? L. So I wrote that down. What side is opposite LK? And what side is opposite JL? Okay. So from these vertices, so first I'm going to do, for JK, I'm going to go JK, opposite JK is L. I'm going to draw an undefined line all the way to the other side. That means up and down vertical is undefined. Okay, now I'm going to go to LK. I'm going to go opposite LK and go to J. And I'm going to follow the slope. Watch what I'm doing. I'm going down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. And then I draw a line. Next, I'm going to look at JL. Opposite that is K. And I'm going to go over 1 up 2, or down 1 over negative 2, down 1 over negative 2, down 1 over negative 2, and I connect a line. And right there, that is my orthocenter, which is approximately y, comma 2.5. Okay, let's go over the homework. Page 322. And I'm going to stop this recording because you don't need your homework up there, but you do need this stuff that we did. So please go look at the website if you missed any of it.